Not even little Mike.
Okay. Let's see what's going on here. We're live.
What's going on, Super Truckers? Welcome to the Super Trucker Podcast. I'm Michael. This is Mike. And this is Christian.
What's going on?
We're coming to you with a little special live podcast here. It's going to be a little earlier than usual. We're still doing our regular one at 2 p.m., so make sure you tune into that. But we got a couple of special topics. We kind of want to bring up some things we're hearing that's going on in the industry and definitely in your neck of the woods, man. So what we got going on?
Yeah, just some crazy stuff you're hearing out there. Getting constant calls of, the onboarding process is actually getting dragged out by some companies out there, and it's taking as long as 30 to 40 days to onboard individuals.
WTF.
Yeah, man. WTF. Like, it should never, ever take that long, especially if you got all your stuff together. So we kind of just wanted to elaborate on that. What does that actually mean? You know, it's not that they're waiting for some kind of report, that they're probably doing all that stuff as, business as usual. But what might be some underlying issues with that? Is it work is slow? Is it?
Well, I was going to definitely say, on the operations side, I can imagine some of these companies are kind of like they want the drivers, but they're probably trying to push back a little bit to delay that process of having a guy on and having the responsibility of running that guy, because they probably their customers that they're so customer freight heavy that they don't have it. If they're dealing with retail, regular.
Or it's retail or the glory of ever, dedicated work. That's those are some kind of issues that'll come up, because if there's, you got 5 loads and 10 guys, how are you going to move everybody? So that's the thing. Keep an eye out for those things when guys are telling you, hey, we want to pump the brakes a little bit. It's going to take longer than usual to onboard that truck. You definitely want to explore some, ask them, maybe speak to some drivers that are current there. Maybe they got drivers you can reach out to, or if you see them on the road, what pains are they going through? Can you talk to somebody in operations? But if the recruiter's just kind of pushing you back, that's definitely
we know it's not normal.
I also have a question. Probably most of the time, right. The whoever is onboarding them probably have to tell them something about it, right? Because it's not regular way to onboard people.
Right.
So did any background checks increased in timing, or the drug screen results? Is anything getting delayed on that end?
Well, drug screen results, I would say no. That's probably business as usual. Maybe you have to get a little bit creative and find a different clinic, but 24-hour turn time on that is about normal. Background checks, you're going to have some states that, like New Jersey, actually, right now they're going through the situation where county records are pretty much locked, and there's no one in there, so it's going to take a lot longer. They may ask you, do you want to go paper-wise? But at the same time, there's all their alternatives where you can reach out to the state police department directly and ask for records there, any kind of pending things. So there are ways around it. It will expand the onboarding time, but I don't see how it can, I don't know. I still think that you can be creative and get that done with it with a much more reasonable time than that,
So what do you say, like?
Man,
He's like,
I can do it in 36 hours if that's what you're asking.
He's like, can you be specific?
So basically, realistically, there is little or no difference. Another thing that I was also thinking once you told me about it, people's ability to work from home.
I was just going to bring that up.
That's going to be a big reason.
With the brokers. So if it's affecting them, it's affecting the carriers. So to try to reach people right now, that's just everything is a stronger delay. So you've got to know that's carrying over into the carrier side of it. We've experienced that when we've called to get payments and stuff like that. I'm experiencing it right now with a situation where I've got some stuff stuck on my truck I'm trying to get off, and they're like, I'm pushing as hard as I can, and the answer is sorry. It could take up to 3 days because the people just aren't available to make the decisions. And, so the work from home thing is not as productive as people try to sell it to you. Like, oh yeah, you can do everything you can do at home, at work. Well, no, that's why we have offices.
Right, and so to jump on that, you're absolutely right. That's a good point, because if a recruiter's recruiting and he has somebody go down to the satellite office, but there's no one in the office, and if your business isn't set up where you're doing remote orientations, then you got a problem. Like, for example, we don't do remote orientations. We like to put a face to a name, but for us, it's business as usual. We're taking precautionary measures. We got our distance going. Everybody, cleaning things down. But yes, that would definitely cause a big delay in that. As far as the background check that we talked about, I mean, you have to have some personal accountability. They can hire you with a contingency that when it comes back and it's all good, business as usual, and you have employment here. But if you lie, then something else is going to happen. So if you know there's something there, then don't take that risk, because it's going to come out in the end.
So did you specifically came across any challenges to do your regular check that you regularly do? Was it delayed for you in any way, and how long was it?
No, there's no delays on my end.
So it's pretty much business as usual. It's more of about people's ability to function in this kind of funny environment.
Yes, and for me, there was no delays, because even orientation, I'm still conducting them here. And I don't practice remote orientation, so no delays.
would it be fair to say then that we're basically, I mean, not 100%, but probably 90% sure that this is created by individuals on the company side, just trying to.
Well, it can be that.
Get their ducks in a row before
right,
they make these kind of commitments and onboard the cost associated with it, not knowing exactly what's going to happen. Whereas for us, we're constantly just, we're here. So
just the way, yes, it could be. It's self-inflicted, especially if the company decides to have no one in the office. I mean, if that's the decision, right?
Because I'm going to read. I'm going to experience, you haven't, and I'm just going on what you're telling us. So in your experience, you're not picking up on all these delays that could take 30 days. I mean, no. You're getting stuff done same day.
Right, but again, I'm not plagued with an empty office. Here, we're fully staffed. Yeah. So at these other locations, if there's no one at the home base, and like you guys mentioned, the dispatcher's working from home, the ops manager's in his house, and everybody's everywhere, nobody's watching the store, then who's going to do the orientation? Yeah. You're being hopeful that in about 30 days somebody's going to go into that office and conduct it.
I can see how people can become a little complacent, and we're like, if I can just kind of keep this guy on the leash long enough, and in a perfect situation we can accomplish that. But right now I don't want to tell this guy just to get lost and come back in 30 days.
Well, you can keep him on the line.
I'm just kind of keeping to BS you around, and
because we're talking overall. So keep in mind, they're not just all one big companies or big corporations. You have agencies out there. You got mom and pop places out there. You have all these players in the game that they just have decided to conduct their daily practices differently.
Yeah, and also there are third-party recruiters that all we do is recruiting. And right now, if we see that their customers, the companies that looking for trucks, not quite busy, it's at their best interest to kind of keep you in the loop and get you ready for just that perfect moment.
I was gonna say it's kind of like it's like they're filling their clip. You know what I mean? They got it ready when they need it, but they're not completing the process wholly. So they're not committing to you, but they're expecting you to commit to them. So,
and again, and I'm not going to say what they're doing is because it's ineffective. That recruiter might just be adapting to their current situation.
Yeah.
But what my point is that it's still a situation there. So what happens next after your 30 days? Just keep an eye on that, because that's not everybody. We're not all going through that. We all don't have these delays. So it's important you call around, you shop around, you ask why.
So pretty much, if it's not business as usual, something is up. That means you either not as desirable at this moment.
That could be.
Or there is some internal problems that the company is not quite solving very well. So I guess if you cannot just get a hold of a recruiter and talk to him, and if everything works out, start working on the process, and 36, 48 hours you are getting a load booked for you, then look around. Don't waste your time.
It's not everybody. So
I'm just saying it's bigger than that. It's not just a report. There's no way. And I'm taking an individual that told me just waiting on one more report.
And different processes, because I can see how some company puts their safety department to work from home, and now you sending the employment verification and you can't get it back because nobody is checking, nobody is looking. So I can see how that can be a little complicated.
And then
keep your options open, because there are companies that are still operating from their location. As I'm sure it's not just us, but but obviously it's creating the delays. The work from home is not as effective as people had suspected that it would be. So it's creating some issues and it's causing some delays. But hey, you got to do what you got to do. So keep your options open. Why so early, Scott? This is just a small segment. This is not the normal podcast. We just wanted to address some things that we're constantly coming up with the way things are going right now. So that's why so early. We still do the 2 o'clock, guys. We'll be here. You got another question there. It looks like Marty was asking.
Yeah, are we all three working for the same company? We do. We all work in different departments, but we all work for Voyager. Disclaimer. Yeah, I mean we're trying to keep it separate. We're trying to keep it separate because this is not a recruiting channel. It is not company promoting channel. This is trucking channel. So we also have Voyager Facebook. We have Super Trucker Podcast Facebook. We're trying to keep those separated. But whatever information we give you or whatever we talk about, most of that comes from our prior experiences from other companies that we ever worked for. We've been in transportation for a very, very long time. But our most recent experience is based on our experience here at Voyager, and also based on our, network and connections and the people and the drivers that come here and tell us stories.
Yeah. So, and to piggyback on that, today's topic, this right now, Scott, why we're doing this, it's this coronavirus thing that's going on. This is a sidebar issue that's happening. Who'd have thought? But it's enough for us to say, hey guys, you got to move that truck. So if moving that truck means you have to move companies, but then you're getting some kind of resistance, it's not all like that. Keep pushing. You find success through pushing through the problem. So keep your options open. And that's what it's about. So it's just about giving it information of what's really going on out there in the trenches. And if we can help you improve your business in any way, then and if it's by sharing information, well, there it is. So,
and also to answer another question of Marty, sorry about that. We just really don't want to make this into some kind of Voyager promotion. So you can find us on the Facebook. You can also, once this show is over, you can literally just look up the Voyager's phone number and talk to Christian. He's going to give you all the information about whatever you want to know about the company. But this is not Voyager podcast. It's tracking, and we really don't want to upset the people who are coming here just for ongoing tracking information, and we don't want to be called sellouts. So just give him a call, or I'll reply to your questions on the chat or in the comments later on. But this guy is gonna be available to you like soon as this short video is done. What's the phone number?
813-616-6322.
Yeah, so he's going to be able to give you all the breakdown and whatever you want.
And I don't have those comments. But if you have his contact info over there, I don't know what you're looking at.
I only have his screen name, but yeah.
All right, we'll figure it out. 813-616-6322. So we'll figure it out. Hey, what's up, Alyssa? How you doing?
Shout out.
Hey.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we wanted to touch on that topic just because it's something that we're hearing a lot about delays, and want to let you know that really kind of should make you question the company that you're trying to line yourself. Maybe they're not sure what their plans are, what they're going to do, which is understandable with the COVID-19 and all the things that are going on. So definitely the trucking industry has been turned upside down right now. We will be here later at 2 o'clock today with another live video where we'll dive more into that and discuss some of the things that we're experiencing, we're facing, and how we're keeping our company moving forward and our drivers constantly on the road. So please tune in for that. And, if you have some questions then, we'll be ready to answer and anything we can, and what we can, we'll definitely try to figure out. So appreciate you guys tuning in for this short video. Again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
See you at
Take it
2
easy.
p.m.
2 p.m.
Man, you sounded like you're on freaking fast forward for the last 30 seconds.